How's it going, sexy, amazing people that are watching my videos and are awesome because you're watching my videos? My name is Alex, and today I am going to discuss and talk about how to be a better communicator, how to communicate better with people, how to get along better with people. And you know what? If you're a good communicator, people are going to like you way more. They're going to love talking to you, and it's going to make every relationship you have in the world better. So you should do it and listen to me and do what I say because I'm right about this. So, number one thing to be a good communicator is to listen. So, a lot of people go throughout life, they don't listen, they talk. When someone else is talking, they're thinking about what they're going to say next. They're not actually listening. If you are a good listener, this is the best skill you can possibly have in communication. It is so rare, and it's because people just don't take the effort to actually listen to people because they just want to spit out whatever they want to spit out or say whatever they want to say, or they're not paying attention because the conversation is boring, or they're thinking about something else, or whatever it is. If you can listen well, then people are going to love talking to you and communicating with you, and it's such a great thing. So, how do you listen well? First, you have to pay attention to what they're saying. Not only do you have to pay attention to what they're saying, you also have to kind of give them cues that you are listening and you are paying attention to what they're saying. So, you have to do things like, yeah, Give them affirmations as they're speaking. Acknowledge what they're saying. Say, right, yeah, stuff like that. You don't have to interject full sentences. You can if you want, but just kind of give them this verbal feedback that you're listening so they know you're listening. Further down the road in the conversation, and if you're listening well, and you call back things that they've said to you earlier in the conversation, you have won. They love that because that is proof that you were listening to them the whole time and you were paying attention the whole time. People love that, and they'll love communicating with you, and they'll just think of you as this most amazing communicator person of all time. Trust me, listening is the number one top thing. You have to listen to people. Don't talk over people. Don't interrupt. It's so much better to sit back, listen to what they're saying, truly listen, and then give your input. Now, the second thing you need to do to be a great communicator is, while you're doing all this amazing listening and you're spot on with your verbal cues and everything, you want to not give solicited advice unless specifically requested. If someone is venting to you all their problems and they're just going through their day and it's just all these issues and they're stressed and they're complaining and all this stuff, most of the time people don't want you to be solving their problems for them. They just want you to be there to listen to them. So don't be that person that is just scheming of how to solve other problems and you're giving them suggestions like, oh, do this. Maybe if you had done this, that wouldn't have happened. Then you wouldn't have had to complain to me about it. Don't offer solutions. If someone is just talking, just listen to them. And you don't have to give them advice. You don't have to solve their problems. If they ask you what your advice would be, yeah, then give your advice. But if they're just venting to you, they don't necessarily want you to solve their problems. I think men do this so often when women are talking to them that they just think that, well, if this girl is complaining to me and they're telling me all their problems, then I have to offer advice. I'll solve all their problems and they'll love me because I just solved every issue they had in their life. Trust me, that is not what most people want. If they want it, they will ask you for it. So don't just go out there and expect people to want your solutions to every problem that they've discussed. So don't do that. Don't offer unsolicited advice. Just listen. It's so easy. You just sit back, give verbal cues, and you're golden. So, if you're to the point where you're now talking because someone else is listening, because you can't always be the listener, unfortunately, otherwise I'd be the best communicator of all time because I'm great at listening. I wouldn't say I'm amazing at the talking part, way better at listening. But anyway, so when you're on to the part of actually talking to someone, you need to be engaging, you need to be interesting to listen to. And you do that by switching your cadence, switching your tone, doing all these things verbally, but not only verbally, you need to also gesture and be active when you're speaking. And yeah, use your body and use your body language. Gesturing just makes you more interesting, more engaging to listen to, and more fun to listen to. Speaking of being fun, the final thing to being a good communicator is to have fun communicating. Crack jokes that make you laugh. Be yourself. Be fun. Have fun talking to people. So many times people go out with this pressure of, I need to say the right thing and I need to do the right thing during conversation, and it stifles their conversational creativity. It stifles their conversation in general. So be yourself, be fun, communicate in a way that you find is fun, and it's going to make your communication so much better, so much easier for you if you're not thinking about all these pressures you have on yourself and performing well during a conversation. So that basically sums it up. To be a good communicator, you have to listen first, prioritize listening, then speak your mind. Don't give unsolicited advice or try to solve people's solutions, especially if they're venting to you, unless specifically asked for. Talk with your hands, gesture. When you're actually talking, be interesting, switch up your speed, switch up your tonality, do pauses, stuff like that. Make yourself interesting to listen to. No one likes to listen to someone that's just monotone and monotone and not switching pitch and not being interested in just standing there and not doing anything or gesturing at all. That's very boring. So don't do that. And finally, have fun. Make conversation fun. Don't make it a pressure thing. I know so many people are afraid to talk to people because they put all this pressure in their mind and they put all this burden on themselves, and it's just this unneeded stress. Have fun with the conversation. Talk about what you want to talk about. You don't have to talk about what they want to talk about. You can talk about what you want to talk about. You can bring up anything you want. If they don't like you for doing that, then whatever. You're you, and they're gonna at least respect you for being your genuine self. Trust me on that. No one likes fake people. Anyway, if you like this advice and you found it helpful, please subscribe. Go ahead and like this video. Share it to all your friends so that all your friends can communicate with you better, because now you're just going to be communicating with a bunch of people that suck at communicating compared to you, because you've learned all these amazing tips. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, I hope to see you in the next video. Bye, guys.